Even though being a celebrity sounds great, there is a dark side. Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am Bucket! And that stands for the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. Today, guys, I want to speak to you about being a celebrity, whether it's platforms like this, like YouTube celebrity, social media, television star, whatever, right? And you're probably thinking, well, I mean, some of you know who I am and what I've done, and some of you don't. So I'll just qualify everything I'm going to tell you by sharing with you a little history. So in the 90s, I was a professional wrestler, wrestling all the way up to the top of the industry, which was what is now the WWE, then WWF. I've also starred on a reality show about weight loss called I Used to Be Fat from MTV, and I've done a lot of local media and things like that. So, in fact, I had an article on me published yesterday. Okay, now it's funny because you hear a lot of younger people now. If you ask them a question, if they'd rather be famous or rich, famous seems to be the answer because they think that rich comes along with it, right? Now, if you're good with money, then perhaps you can turn it into wealth. Or if you know how to take a little piece of celebrity that you experience, you can turn that into business opportunities for yourself, whether it's your own business, a channel, something that will continue to bring in a paycheck, okay? It doesn't just mean instant riches, okay? That's not how this works. In fact, if you look at a lot of reality shows and the pennies, the peanuts they pay them, you would be shocked. If they're able to parlay that into a longer career, or say like a Kardashian situation where the ratings are through the roof and they can negotiate for more money, or much like the Jersey Shore cast did, there is definitely money to be made by remaining relevant on TV. But there's a reason they call it a 15 minutes of fame, because especially today, people get really tired or distracted or easily amused by something else. They want something new. And if you don't have that kind of personality, or you're not that sticky with the culture, or not ultra talented in whatever field it is that you're in, then you're going to go by the wayside. I mean, if you think about maybe the first season of a reality show you watched, you probably remember the characters, the names, whatever, because it was fresh, new. And then you look, over the next 12 seasons, you might remember one or two characters, but so many go through the mill that you just don't know, right? Like a Hell's Kitchen or other shows like that. You've watched reality, assuming you have. You've watched a lot of different shows over the years, and a lot of them are forgetful, or they're forgettable, right? They're not memorable. I think that's the way you say it. So I'll give you my experience. Whenever I was like on top of the world in pro wrestling, there's a small niche audience that watches that and are hardcore fans. So those people knew who I was, but I wouldn't run into them in the mall or at the shopping center or whatever. It would usually be at those shows or in places where they might be doing conventions or things like that, right? Now, with the TV stuff that I did with MTV and Biggest Loser and stuff like that, now that was a different animal. So I got recognized everywhere. Social media had come into existence. And so my Twitter, my Facebook, all this stuff really blew up. And everywhere I went, I was sure to be recognized by at least a handful of people. And it's interesting because it depends on your personality type, but some people like their privacy. You might have a YouTube channel and be in the real world, out in front of people, more of an introvert. Well, that's going to change if you blow up or you have a video go viral. It's going to change your life because everywhere you go, you're going to be recognized in one way, shape, or form, right? And then you have to be on. And some people don't like that. They turn it on for their job, or, meaning they kind of get into that like professional mode and they can keep a smile on their face for only so long, but they really enjoy their private time. They just want to breathe. They don't like the attention. How many times have you seen paparazzi get, their camera pushed or punched or something by a celebrity who's just had enough of the attention. They don't like all the lights in their face. They don't like all the flash bulbs going off. They don't like all the questions. They don't like the autographs. They just hit their wit's end. So I really think that it's something that is worth thinking about, because you have choices to make, and you really don't know sometimes until you experience that success, whether it be long term or your 15 minutes of fame. You really don't know how you're going to handle it. So I'm just telling you from that side of it, the things that can come up and the things that can become an issue for you. You see a lot of people that before they're becoming stars, they had a simpler life. They had their privacy. They thought they wanted fame, but some people get it and love it, and if the candle burns out, they do anything in their power to get back on TV, and it's usually in destructive ways or ways that demean them or something, right? People look at them as chewed up and spit out by the Hollywood system. So the thing is, once it comes, I think if you're prepared, knowing what is going to be in store for you, that you really don't have a personal life, or if you have ghosts in your closet, they will come out. In the last several years, social media has really grown by leaps and bounds, and almost nothing is off limits or taboo for trolls and people that want and seek to knock you down a peg, and for whatever reasons those people or those interest groups have. So know that what you're getting into. Think about if somebody that could run for political office, but they do have a shady past, they're probably not likely to run because they don't want that exposed. It's like all your demons, whatever happened, or if there's anybody that can say something bad about you, it could come out. So there's a lot of obvious perks and power and benefits to being a celebrity, being in the public eye, and it does open up opportunities for you as long as you're keeping your nose clean and you're keeping that public image. So whether you feel like being on or not, and someone comes up to you for an autograph, you've got to be on to sign it. Now, if that's your natural personality, great, it's going to work for you. And hopefully you'll be able to still find that peace of mind and private time so that you can recoup, regenerate, recharge your batteries. And I always say, try to be as authentic as you can when you're in the public eye. When whatever you've done on film, or on Instagram or on any type of platform where you're making a name for yourself and getting noticed, try to be that person in real life as well. Because while you might think of it's one and the same, there's people that can turn on the camera, become something completely different from what they are. I've seen it. Personally, I've seen it. And it's really interesting. It's almost like there's a bipolar disorder. So be you. That's the best thing I can tell you. And if you know me, you know that this is me being me. And if not, shoot me a thumbs down or say something, to me, make a comment. But, I try to be as transparent as possible, as much as I know to be. And it's a real interesting journey whenever you reach some level of celebrity and you realize the pros and cons of having a private life and your public life kind of clash. So just some food for thought, you guys. I might do a little series on this. Like, share, subscribe. I hope you're doing well. Think about it before you become the next big thing. There are things to think about, and there's a price to pay.